Welcome back to Bookies Dives.
Hey there!
If you've joined us before, you know the drill. We've already plunged into a couple of really interesting books.
We have good ones too.
And if you're new, well, the whole idea here is pretty simple. We grab a single book and, pull out the most useful, most thought-provoking ideas for you.
It's like getting the highlights, those moments that make you go, aha, but without having to wade through everything.
Exactly, avoiding that information overload. So, today, we are diving into the pivot year. 365 days to become the person you truly want to be.
Ah, yes. By Brianna Wiest, the 2024 one.
That's the one. You might have seen the cover. Anyway, our mission for this dive is to give you a really solid feel for the book's core themes. It's practical wisdom.
Sounds good. It's packed with insights, so this should be interesting. Ready to jump in?
Let's do it. Okay, so the pivot year. The main idea is right there in the title, really.
Yeah, 365 daily reflections.
Right. It's structured to guide you through a whole year of personal evolution. But, and this is key, it's not about quick fixes or surface stuff.
No, it really pushes for that inward look.
Yeah.
Fundamental shifts.
Totally. The intro even talks about finding this deep vision inside you that maybe the world has quieted down, and this year is about listening to that again. Living it.
That's such a great way to frame it. It sets the tone immediately. This is inner work, not just external strategies. And the daily format really drives home that growth is, a process.
A continuous journey.
Yeah.
Not a quick destination.
Exactly.
So one of the very first things it dives into is the power of the present moment.
Yeah.
Day one, right off the bat.
Classic, but crucial.
It is. It's not about endlessly replaying the past or always living in the future, but really being in the moment. Making the most of now.
And she uses that phrase, creating a mosaic of experience.
Yes, I love that. Instead of chasing some perfect straight line of a life story, it's about valuing each piece, each moment as part of a bigger picture.
And it's not just passive mindfulness, is it? It's framed as actively creating your life with each present moment. Every little tile matters.
Yeah, appreciating the tile you have right now. Okay, then it shifts into redefining happiness. This is day 3.
Which is a big one, because we often tie it to external things.
Totally. Achievements, possessions, the usual suspects. But the book argues happiness is more internal.
Like inner peace.
Inner peace, yeah. Quality relationships, doing things you actually love, and interestingly, making the best of whatever situation you're in.
So less about chasing it and more about cultivating it. Right where you are.
Exactly. Puts the focus back on your internal response, not just what's happening to you, building that resilience.
Makes sense.
Then comes self-awareness and the pause. Day 4, super practical.
The pause, yes.
It's about creating that little bit of space, between a feeling hitting you and how you react.
A buffer for self-protection, like she says, and more conscious choices.
Right. And she brings in this idea of 2 rivers inside us, day 5.
Oh, yeah. The worldly voices versus your inner guide.
That's it. The noise of the outside world versus that quieter inner wisdom. It warns about, living out a story someone else wrote for you.
That pause is such a usable tool, though. Just stopping for a second before responding. It breaks those reactive habits.
Definitely. And that ties right into authenticity and inner work. Day 8 stuff.
Living life where your feet actually are.
Yeah. Building a simple life you're actually proud of, and how that inward focus has to come first before you see real outward growth.
That's a core message, I think. You got to do the inner work.
And there's that line on day 26, finding yourself often means losing who you thought you were.
Letting go of old identities. And day 21, focusing on strengths.
Oh, right. Nurturing strength, not just constantly trying to fix your weaknesses. That felt empowering.
It is. Much more sustainable, too. And I like the simple life you're proud of bit. Not about grandiosity, but finding meaning day to day.
Me too. Okay, then there's dealing with pain and moving forward.
Always a tough one.
Yeah. The book suggests on day 9 that whatever pain you feel now probably can't compare to the peace you could find later.
A future perspective.
And this really hit me day 10.
Yeah.
The journey isn't just about putting down old baggage. It's about consciously stopping yourself from picking up new pieces of it.
Oh, that's good. I like that distinction. It's active.
Right. It's about breaking the cycle, letting go of familiar unhappiness, outgrowing those emotional crutches.
Interrupting the pattern. Very tangible advice.
Then there's this really lovely idea, day 12, about the significance of each individual.
Everyone matters.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
That every single person is vital, irreplaceable. You're here to do something only you can do.
That counters that feeling of being insignificant, doesn't it? It's a
Yeah.
powerful affirmation of inherent worth.
Totally. And it connects to trusting the process and your intuition.
Listening to that inner voice again.
Yeah. Day 17 talks about trusting misconnections or subtle signs, things that might seem small.
Little nudges.
Right. And day 12 again stresses listening to your deepest calling. Plus, day 16 highlights how important quiet time is for that deep personal work.
You need that quiet to actually hear the subtle stuff, right? To tune into intuition when life is so noisy.
So true. Which leads nicely into change and evolution.
Because it's inevitable. Day 200 mentions that directly.
It does.
Yeah.
And again, day 26. Finding yourself means losing who you thought you were. Change requires letting go.
Even letting go of things you love sometimes. Day 32.
Oof, yeah. That can be hard. But the book reframes it. Letting go isn't failure. It can just mean something is complete.
It's a cycle ending that removes the sting of failure, which is helpful. Change is just part of growth.
Then there's the power within.
Yeah.
Day 27. Shifting from needing external validation.
To finding your own inner strength, self-reliance.
Exactly. It's described as this sort of dance, knowing what to handle yourself and what to let go of.
Finding that balance.
And linked to that is listening to subtle guidance. Day 30. Life often speaks quietly, doesn't it?
In subtleties, yeah. Not always shouting.
So you need to listen for that quiet yes, not just the loud ego voice.
It's about developing that inner awareness, trusting the wisdom you already have inside.
And the book talks about our unrealized potential too, day 31.
How much more capable we often are than we think.
Yeah, especially before we've really been tested. We need to redefine our own limits sometimes.
That's motivating, pushing those boundaries.
And it circles back to the importance of the present moment again, but with more depth. Day 33.
How so?
Well, it suggests if you feel lost, like you don't know what to do next, the answer is often right there.
Right in front of you.
Yeah, but you need that inward focus, that acceptance of where you are right now. It even mentions being in the answered prayer of the present day.
Wow. Okay. Shifting perspective on the now. Finding the answer in the immediate reality.
It can bring a sense of calm, like you said earlier, when things feel uncertain.
Definitely.
It also doesn't shy away from facing inner demons. Day 36.
The tough stuff.
Yeah. It suggests that if you find it hard to be present, it might be because you're avoiding something inside.
Something you're not ready to hear or face.
Exactly. But facing those demons, as it calls them, can actually lead to understanding and release.
Makes sense. You can't heal what you don't acknowledge.
And alongside that intensity, it stresses rest and balance. Day 38. Hugely important.
Yes. Productivity isn't just about doing.
Right. Taking life at your own pace is okay. It's necessary even.
A vital message in today's world, for sure. Rest isn't lazy, it's recovery. It's essential.
Then we see authenticity over external validation again. Day 39.
Carving your own path.
Yeah, based on how you feel inside, not what others expect. And day 44 brings back happiness found in real connections.
Real things. Things that grip your heart, give you purpose.
Exactly. Not superficial stuff.
Yeah.
And day 45 has this beautiful idea, letting go as an act of faith.
Acknowledging it's hard, but it signifies trust in something bigger.
Yeah. Trusting the process, even when you can't see the outcome.
That provides hope during transitions, I think. Aligning with your inner compass, trusting the unfolding.
And, of course, self-compassion and recognizing what you already have. Day 47.
Gratitude, appreciating the moments.
Yes. Seeing the good that's already there. Then it talks about pivot points. Day 50.
Those transition times, the space between no longer and not yet.
That's the phrase. And the importance of keeping your heart open during those times, making peace with the unknown.
Embracing uncertainty.
And it offers a really hopeful take on loss, too. Day 52. Not everything you lose is a loss.
Sometimes it's freedom or a second chance.
Exactly. It reframes it completely.
That offers real comfort, changing the perspective on difficult experiences.
Moving on a bit, day 56 reinforces that you already know what's true deep down.
That inner knowing. You're just looking for confirmation sometimes.
Right. And day 57 expands the idea of love. It's not just romantic love.
All its forms, including self-love.
Definitely. Nurturing that love within yourself. And day 61 highlights the power of self-care and small changes.
Doing just one thing differently. Quietly caring for yourself.
Yeah, how those little acts reform how you see yourself. And day 65 talks about making peace with the past.
It gets easier when you know who you're becoming.
That's the idea. You can see the lessons and let the rest go more easily.
That makes sense. You have a direction, so the past has context.
Then day 69 has a strong message. You are not the ways you had to harden yourself.
You're not your coping mechanisms.
Right. You're the person confronting those parts now, the one choosing to release them.
That's a really key distinction for growth, separating the true self from the defenses.
And day 70 is a bit of a gut punch, almost. Sometimes you already know the way forward. The issue is finding the courage to take it.
Oof, yeah. Knowing isn't always the hard part. Doing is.
Then it talks about trusting imperfect timing. Days 71 and 72.
How chaos can actually be intelligent intervention.
Yeah. And that you're probably where you need to be, even if the whole picture isn't clear yet.
That relieves so much anxiety. Trusting the process, even when it feels messy.
It really does. And day 73 points to finding purpose in subtle moments, everyday things. And day 82 is about just being present without needing all the answers.
Just being in the garden, as it says.
Wow.
Loving without knowing the outcome.
Yes. Accepting some things are just meant to be.
That's a peaceful place to aim for. Less striving, more being.
Then, day 83 highlights lessons in what lingers. If something keeps grabbing your attention.
There's probably something there for you to learn. Pay attention.
Exactly. And day 84 is about releasing what's heavy. Burdens feel heavy because maybe they weren't meant to be carried this far.
Or maybe they weren't even yours to begin with.
Right, that's a powerful thought. Then day 85 emphasizes that conscious choices define you. Authenticity isn't just random feelings, it's consistent choices.
You become who you decide to be. Agency.
Yeah. And day 86 portrays happiness as a gentle build. Rituals, consistent efforts, strengthening bonds.
Not a sudden explosion, but something built brick by brick.
And day 92 circles back to self-love as the result of that inward nurturing journey.
The journey inward leads to loving yourself. Makes sense.
Day 93 discusses the impact of small choices, how today is built from yesterday's little decisions.
And thinking ahead helps you be present now.
Right. And day 96 is about maturity being the realization that you're not for everyone.
Oh, that's liberating. Stop trying to please everybody.
Totally. Create your own universe.
Yep.
And day 97 says inner wisdom shows the next right step, not the whole map.
Just enough guidance for now. Trust that.
And this one is powerful. Day 98. Loving your life as it is can actually transform it into what you want.
Acceptance as a catalyst for change. Wow.
Yeah. And day 99 suggests heavy feelings just need attention, acknowledgement, not always fixing.
Just letting them be seen can help them release.
And finally, day 102 wraps this section reminding us we are meant to change, evolve, let go, and trust the whole process.
Embrace growth. Shed the old layers.
So if we were to really boil down the core message of the pivot year.
It's that becoming who you truly want to be is this ongoing year-long thing, right?
Yeah, a journey of looking inward, making conscious choices, and just embracing change as it comes.
It's really an invitation. Live more mindfully, listen to yourself, trust your own growth.
Absolutely. So for everyone listening, maybe think about which of these ideas really struck a chord with you.
Yeah, how could you maybe apply one of them, even in a tiny way?
It's not about some huge dramatic overhaul overnight.
No, it's those small, consistent pivots in how you think, how you act.
Exactly. So maybe just carry this question with you today. What's one small pivot I could make?
That's a great takeaway, a powerful question.
And hey, if you found this bookish dive useful and you like these kinds of summaries and insights,
Make sure you follow us.
yeah, definitely follow us. We've got more books lined up to dive into.
And we love suggestions. If there's a book you want us to cover, let us know.
Please do. All right, well, thanks so much for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
We'll catch you on the next one.